Or Diablos. Come on. There we go. I like how level 1 run has basically become Fomalhaw. Neat game. Made fun of guns for my entire last playthrough. Now they're the OP. Snort. Snort. Run. Save the queen, I'll take it. Don't really care, because I won't use it, but I'll take it. Well, here's the thing. Technically, Vaughn, if I want to give him one of the summons, he can get access to the Fomalhaw. He would lose all of his tanking ability, but if I double Berserk and I can survive the damage output might be enough to warrant doing that. It's a tough call, though. It's a pretty tough call. I think after I kill Antlion, I can go get Bubble Belts. Alright, so let's go kill Antlion now. I almost killed Antlion last time I was there, and that was when I was way weaker, so he should be considerably easier this time. Do I have the teleport to the Lusu Mines? Yes, I do. I was gonna say, I have to have the teleport to the Lusu Mines, considering what the items I got while I was in there. Alright. I remember when this was the old Fomalhaw room. Ah, in the original Final Fantasy XII, you could steal a Fomalhaw right here. Yeah. I think Friend's got this under control. That's what I'm trying to test out. At this point, I could just go beat the last boss. Probably wouldn't take me that long to do. So I'm trying to do some of the optional stuff. Cuchulainn is high on my list because I'm deathly frightened by Cuchulainn. But now that I have Esunaga, I'm not as worried. You know who would actually be better than Fran for this at first? It'd be better if I had Ash do this first part, because Fran kind of has to pick them off one by one, and there's opportunities for him to cannibalize. I mean, it's not that bad. It's just it's up to RNG at this point. But if I bring Ash in with, I think they're weak to, well, even if they're not weak to fire, probably be better to do that. I have to go get Ardor. I just realized I didn't grab Ardor while I was up there, and I'm pretty sure I could have. I don't think you need to revisit in order to grab Ardor. Yeah, see, he cannibalized one of them, which is generally what I was trying to avoid, because I could just do this and then they'll all die. I could even oil them if I want. Now I can bring Fran back in. Alright, let me see if I can put on a stronger ammo. If I can put on Dark Shot. I don't remember, I don't think he's weak to anything. So it's just a matter of damage output here. He's got a lot of health though, so. Luckily he doesn't deal too much damage. Alright, here's the Enrage. Okay, he's dead. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I think if I had started with Ash, it would have been a little easier. Oh yeah, I gotta update the title. New game minus playthrough. Update the title of the stream. Let's see. New game minus and jobs. Jobs minus. There you go. Put that in the title. It was supposed to be there, but I forgot to put it there. They still haven't given us an end date. Swag. What's going on, Frenzied? How you doing? There's still no official end date for it. I ache all over. And now I have to go find the key to the other place. What's in the chests in that room now anyway? I know shear was one of the items. Is there another one? I'm sure that can be something. It's not the Fomoha in this version, so... Yeah, at this rate, I honestly don't even expect it to end. I agree. I think they're just gonna say fuck it and leave it in there. You have a good time with it, Frenzied. Trust me. Yes. Go back to Bajurba. Go back to Bajurba! I might start using this Vodcast feature. I don't know how I feel about Vodcasts. The thing with Vodcast is that they're not live. I don't know. Like... Maybe, like, because I could always, like, make clips and, like, restream my raids for the week, or highlights, or, like, maybe when I'm done streaming, I could throw up the multiplayer. I don't know how I feel about them. I always value interacting with my chat, and that's literally the anti-interaction. Vodcast is as it sounds. It's where you broadcast a VOD as opposed to being live. You can also interact with the stream. Like, you can interact with the stream through the chat while something's happening on the screen, pretty much. So instead of... The idea is that you still hang out in your stream. You just don't... You're not live broadcasting while you're doing it. I'm, like, in the chat talking with people, and then there's the VOD playing in its place. That's how I've seen other people doing it, at the very least. They just chat. They talk in their chat while the VOD's going on, especially when they're like especially on a day where like a broadcaster doesn't feel like maybe they're sick or something. So they throw in a vodcast because they don't want to stream, but they're not so sick that they're bedridden all day, so they can kind of hang out in the chat and be like, hey guys, I'm not feeling great today. I'm gonna throw in a vodcast of this and hang out in the chat with you guys, yada yada yada. It's hot in here, so that door got sticky.
Okay, I have to go.
Okay. Love you too. Be safe.
I will. I'll be back in like 6 hours.
Yeah, I know. I gotta feed him in 30 minutes. Alright, that's fine. I didn't expect you to. Ah, okay. Okay, what's next on the list? It's funny, that gave me a bubble belt, and I'm pretty sure I can now buy bubble belts. A vodcast of just Aloha. Listen. He's a good-looking motherfucker, alright? Alright, so we got 3 in Arcades to do. Yeah, a highlight reel of the week would work for a vodcast. That too. The idea is it's still something you'd want to make unique content specifically for vodcasts, and you wouldn't necessarily... But then if it's something like you could throw on like, oh, you know, maybe this crazy thing happened this week, and so I want to stream it again. There's lots of good ways to use vodcasts. I am just not so sure about them. Because for me, when I'm not live, I'm immediately working on something else. My brain doesn't stay on the chat for very long. So for me, that's kind of the bigger stopping block. So we have the technique shop. We have that dude in the corner. And we have the weapon shop. Okay. Yeah, it's just... I just haven't figured out, I guess, my... how it fits for me, I guess is the better way to put it. It's mostly because the idea of always being live on Twitch is like a big thing. Like everyone obviously has their limits and they know like they have to operate within their limits, but everyone wishes that they could be live 24/7 because this is how a lot of people earn their living now. So if you're live 24/7, you're earning 24/7 in theory. In theory, that's not actually been proven effective because of burnout. Like viewers get burned out as much as the streamers do sometimes. Sometimes if a viewer literally, okay, I can't watch this person for 7 hours. I watch this person for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. You know, people there's viewer burnout as much as there is streamer burnout. So there's no guarantee that that necessarily works exactly as people may intend it to. Alright, so he's in that one. Why do you wear shades? These are these protect my eyes from looking at the monitors all day, so I don't do eye damage. Well, that's not being able to watch stream for a month is different than having streamer burnout. Where you watch a stream, you either watch a streamer so much that like, let me watch something else, or you can only watch them a certain amount of hours a day because you're like, oh yeah, I like checking in, hanging out, and like, okay, but now I want to go do something else, you know. Some people spend their whole day just like rotating between different broadcasters to like find entertainment. But some people also just, they'll watch one person, but they just can't watch it very long. There's a lot of different things out there. So the idea of being live for 24 hours doesn't necessarily build a stream. So it's not proven to be an effective means of operating on Twitch. Although some people definitely do it as such. Where was the other guy? Is that him? Furman? No, it can't be one of these guys. It's got to be... Welcome back, Tequila. Oh, he's in Lowtown. Okay. Yeah, exactly. It's the same concept. No. That's why I just don't know how and if I want to do vodcast. I haven't figured out what vodcast means to me. Like what I would use vodcast for. It's not like I could throw on League of Legends and like watch that on weekends with people like during LCS. That would just be the same as me hosting them and being on my stream. It's something that has to be created originally. Vodcast is where you take a VOD and you broadcast it. Simple enough. And then vodcasts also, sometimes people aren't 100% certain if they're watching something. Like, then they come in at any time and like, am I watching you? Or... I don't know if I am. That's what prompted me to wonder about it. I don't know how I feel about vodcast yet. I've seen some people starting to use it and try to integrate it. So I'm going to have to take that leap at some point and see what it means. Like, maybe... I don't know, like, I start thinking of things like maybe I restream raid night, or maybe I vodcast my raid nights, or my pugs for the week, or maybe, you know, somebody missed a bunch of, like, someone missed the Final Fantasy 15 multiplayer, but it just came out today, so maybe somebody comes by and they think, oh, I want to see that. Yeah, it says now when it's a vodcast, but, I mean, think about how often something says something on Twitch, and it never gets noticed by the people who are actually coming to the stream. I don't know if it'll be versus C9. I really want to believe it's going to come down to TSM and Immortals, but I don't know what the... I got to see what the final, guess, scores are for the season. It's in closed beta, Bleezy. Yeah, and then maybe I vodcast State of the Realm an extra night, you know, and people can come in. Because I don't interact with the chat during State of the Realm, so that's, like, a little bit easier. There's so many possibilities of what you can do with it that I need to take the time to like get an idea of what I will do with it, because I don't want to say, oh, it's stupid, blah, blah, and then all of a sudden it's like a huge success and I'm not using it. I got it on my other save file. I'm not doing it on this save file. I'm deliberately avoiding using it on this save file. Well, the thing is with a vodcast, it's like, the only thing I'm unsure of with the vodcast is, would it actually be beneficial to my broadcast? Like, or to my channel? Would people subscribe during that? Would people cheer during that? Because if not, then like, I can put on shows so people are entertained, but is it worth the time of like, going out of my way to make a schedule for it and integrate it if I don't know what it actually does for the channel? That's the problem, is it needs, if it's going to involve time investment, then there needs to be a clear understanding of how it benefits the channel as a whole. Does it hurt the channel because people keep coming in expecting to interact or expecting people to be here and then they keep coming? It's like, well, no one's ever fucking here. Or is it there for people who want to come during irregular hours, but then they can't interact with the broadcaster? I can't be in the chat 24/7. There's all these elements that I don't understand about it yet. It's doing a lot of damage, Frenzies. When you're level 1 and guns don't scale with stats, it comes in handy. The fact that guns don't scale with stats is really important. But that's the thing, that's the difference between watching a past broadcast and watching a vodcast. A vodcast doesn't necessarily have to be a past watching like an old stream, which is why the idea is you'd have to create content specifically for that. And then that's the question, if other viewers are even interacting during your vodcasts, then that's a whole nother discussion. There's so much, like, potential good and, like, not so clear bads and goods and things like that that could come with it. Well, the easiest way to use it on Twitch, most people who make content on Twitch don't make original content elsewhere. So, realistically, that's what it boils down to on Twitch, which is kind of the problem in the first place. I don't think it would change it at all, Islar, because I still create separate content for YouTube. And then the idea is I could technically take that content and vodcast it. Again, State of the Realm is probably the best example of something, or even Mondays with Mr. Happy. Like, maybe an hour before I go live on Mondays, I vodcast Mondays with Mr. Happy, like while I'm getting ready in the morning. That seems like a pretty solid use because I record it on Sunday, but then when I play it, it's actually Monday. So, like, again, to me, that makes sense. Something like that in terms of application makes sense. An hour before I go live, I play Mondays with Mr. Happy. So if people want to hang out in the chat for an hour, and then they know I'll be live right after that, that's better. Oh, actually, I should run to the other side. So using a vodcast, or even like, let's say I'm about to continue New Game Minus, and people want to know, like, I could put on the last part of my New Game Minus from the day before, right before I actually go and finish it. There's just so many, like, that's the thing. That's what I mean, like, I need to stop and take in and understand how it works. That's exactly what I'm talking. And now as we talk about it more, it's like, oh yeah, you could do that. Then you could do that. And then you could do that. And all of a sudden, holy shit, this thing is strong. Pyromania. Okay, so it does fire damage predominantly, it seems. There's a specific timing, Wojo. If you're trying to do it without RNG manipulation, Wojo, then you're gonna have a bad time. Yeah, that's true. And then it's also, instead of hosting other people, you're kind of redirecting the traffic to your own channel, which could be beneficial, but we'll see. Thank you for the 18 months in a row reusing, by the way. Could I get some sub-hype in the chat, please, and thank you? Oh. 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 Okay. Oh. They're both dead, by the way. Well, okay, one of them's dead. I'm just trying to stay alive with 4,000 health while they go ham. No, this is fine. Yeah, don't let him do that. Alright, he's dead. So yeah, I gotta figure out. Maybe Thursday nights I do State of the Realm Vodcast, and we play it back again or something. Maybe that way I can air State of the Realm twice a week, or maybe that ends up being a waste of time. Or Mondays with Mr. Happy right before the stream starts, or you know, what was the last thing I was working on to get? Like those I feel like are better ideas for vodcasts. I don't know that Pyromania is actually fire damage, or just because it's pyro, I just assume that it is. So to be fair, I don't actually know that was doing anything. I need to go over here, and then I gotta run to the south. Yeah, because the kid is down there, and I never handed in that the hunt from earlier. But yeah, that's just something I wanted to present as an idea to you guys. So I can maybe start trying to figure out how, if and how I want to incorporate it. It's still an if, but I think I should. I think it'd be pretty negligent of me to ignore a feature. And there you go. This one I need it to be cloudy, I think. Is it cloudy right now? No, I think I need it to be cloudy for this one. Yes, I did, Mako. I played for like 90 minutes. There was a lot of server issues, so I gotta try it again later in the week. But I actually thought it was pretty good for what I played. Hey, grats, Akia. World first. World first. Yeah, I'm gonna come back when it's... I'm gonna go make it cloudy, and then I'm gonna come back. Yeah, I think it has a lot of potential, but it doesn't, unfortunately, because of the server issues and the fact that the missions are kind of low level. You don't get to see much of that potential. It's almost Monster Hunter-esque or PSO-esque. I think Fran's hands down going to be the best DPS I have. Alright, go to sleep, Akia. Revel in your success. Alright, it's cloudy. Yeah, so I'll start exploring that option soonish. I gotta understand exactly how it works first, so. But I'm feeling pretty confident. This thing doesn't come out in the rain, does it? I feel like I need to kill all the snakes. Or all the mobs in general. Oh, yeah. It despises the sun and best hunted under cloudy skies. Oh, I think it just needs to not be raining. Period. I think it just needs to be cloudy. Yep. Hello. Hello. Alright, let's see if he ignores evade. Well, he's gonna cast Blazar. I don't know that it necessarily matters. I just want to see how often he physically attacks. Okay, so look, I think all ringworms ignore evade. I think at this point it's kind of... Nope, never mind. I can block him. I mean, it's not gonna be like 15, but it is gonna be more actiony, Islark. If that's what you're wondering. Alright, he does also have faith, so because you're not exactly busy right now. Alright, it shouldn't be too bad. Alright. I don't know why I don't just cast on him and then switch back. Am I using the demon shield or am I using a flame shield right now? Oh, that explains why I'm not evading at all. I'm using the wrong fucking shield. If he starts spamming spells, I'll switch to the Aegis shield. If he starts, I think he starts spamming physical attacks at low health, though. I'm just trying to keep the spells away from my teammates while Balthier takes care of me. While Fran takes care of him. Yeah, at this point I think he's prioritizing mostly spells. So I think I can switch to the other shield. It's magic evade, so I gotta... Oh, level 4 break. How dangerous. Oh yeah, now he's spamming physical attacks. Fran's a one-woman army, man. Oh, now... Yes, I did Voltec. It's pretty good. Surprisingly. I think it's got potential, but they gotta treat it carefully because it could also fall flat. But it definitely had more potential than I thought it would. A lot of systems I would have actually preferred to work a certain way in the main game. Like if I could trade some of the things in the multiplayer and the way the characters control there versus the way the single player campaign controls, I would actually trade out certain things, specifically the way magic works. I actually quite like the way magic works in the multiplayer beta. Makes for better decision making, and it's less annoying because you don't need to craft it. Alright, we good. I should be able to buy reverse now, by the way. That's the main gouge. Technically, it looked like I didn't actually need it there. It's for what's called a full evade build. Basically, if I wasn't using the bubble belt, I would use a jade collar, and I would use the demon shield and the main gouge, and then it's pretty hard to land hits on me if they don't ignore evade. It looks like Rake ignored evade. So I should have probably switched to a ninja sword at that point, but I kept the shield on. Lure is basically makes me the tank. Yeah, I'm gonna do a couple of different YouTube videos about it, Voltec. Alright, then back to Arcades. I gotta feed my cat soon too. But honestly, I was impressed. I think it has really good potential, Voltec. It could, like I said, it could also completely fall flat. If they slip up on any of the aspects about it, I don't think any of it comes together. So it's a fine line, because it's just good enough for you to be like, you know what, there's hope. But it's because it's just a closed beta, it's not all the way there yet to know if it's like gonna be good. You buy any green magics you buy from the clan provisioner. Lucario. And more of them unlock as you kill more hunts and get higher ranks. The Final Fantasy 15 multiplayer, Griffin. The closed beta started today for that, and it's probably not going to launch till next year, but the closed beta had, like I said, it could be hit or miss. It sits on a knife's edge, but it has a lot of potential for some really cool things. Yeah, they said before the season pass came out that one of the one of the things they would be doing with it is making a multiplayer. And they followed through. It's got make your own character. It's got individual instanced missions. It's got different build pads and weapons. The way the magic system works for me is actually it's much better. To break down the magic system, so basically, there's different roles that you can take up in the game. You're one of the members of the King's Glaive, and there's multiple roles you can take up. The 4 roles they let you collect in the beta, or the ones they give you, are the Rogue. I'm just going to call them by the job. I don't remember. I think it's like Rogue, Pious, Tall, and Cleric, or something like that. Rogue gives you access to more airborne dodges, so you can get in and get out of battle quicker. The Tall makes it so that you have almost no MP, so you can't really cooperate much in regards to combination attacks, but you're also really fucking hard to kill because you have a lot more health and damage output. So that's like a DPS sigil. They have the Pious one, which makes it so that you deal a lot more offensive damage with your magic. You basically use twice as much MP, but you hit twice as hard. So warping around to restore MP becomes a priority for that character. And then they had the Healing one, which basically makes your spells stronger and gives you more MP, but at the cost of HP. So there's going to be more than those in the full version of the game. But then on top of that, each of your weapons gives you access to different spells. So like you could have a Thunder weapon that changes your spell. When you have it equipped, you cast Thunder. You could have a Fire weapon equipped that doesn't change your spell to Fire, but if you do a Warp Strike and then immediately cast magic right afterwards, it'll change that spell to Fire instead. So basically you can combo into a Fire spell and it'll scale with your magic damage, so then you have combination attacks that you can do. And then you could have maybe a weapon that turns your cure into something that gets rid of status effects, or something that gives your team like a status boost or something. And then I'm sure they'll have like a tank build, which makes your block, your block in this game is actually a giant shield that protects people behind you as well. I'm sure they'll have different like items and specs for that as well. But like I said, you hear all that and you're like, wow, that could be really good. Yeah, it could. It could also be really shit if they do it wrong. Because ultimately the combat is Final Fantasy 15 combat. It just has these more creative and customizable elements integrated into it. But it could fall flat on its face because it's still based in Final Fantasy 15's combat. So if they don't do a good job at exercising those strengths, it falls apart and it ends up just playing like Final Fantasy 15. You can level up the individual weapons and the individual sigils, so you're encouraged to collect weapons and do missions with them in order to make their effect stronger. But basically, you probably want to be able, while you may pick a sigil, you probably want to pick one sigil that kind of defines your role, and then you want to pick weapons that help boost your efficiency or your support. Like some weapons burn enemies over time, some weapons inflict stop, some weapons have a higher stagger rate, so you have to figure out, and then it kind of devolves into a Monster Hunter style thing where you're trying to line up all these buffs and debuffs in order to bring an enemy down or to make sure that it doesn't just wreck your team immediately. So like I said, lots of room for it to be good. There's just room for it to completely fuck it up too. I'd say this one is definitively better than the original PS2 one, Fast Summon. Like, just to name a few things, there's a job system built in, which makes for much more interesting decision-making. The summons, the espers, you can take manual control of them when you summon them and use their skills to your own liking, so you can use them a lot more efficiently than the espers in the older version of the game. There's been revamps of the way that certain items and spells work and the efficiency of them, including some of the breaks and some of the defensive abilities and stuff like that, and the accuracy of certain skills, unfortunately, decoy. So, and also there's the trial mode, there's New Game Minus and New Game Plus, so there's a few extra things to do there as well. Yeah, like I said, Griffin, it's all really good ideas that could fall flat if they do it wrong. Spell queuing was removed, yeah, that's a massive one. That's a massive one. I need to go to... I can go to Gear Vegan, technically. Yeah, I'll go to Gear Vegan. I have to get to Carrot, so. Yeah, so fingers crossed Final Fantasy 15 closed beta multiplayer turns out well. It's just part of the season pass, Griffin. Right now, the only way to get into it is to have been a season pass member who like previously owned it and have PlayStation Plus. If you had both those things. Yeah, so there's I'm excited. If it comes out close to Monster Hunter World, that's gonna suck though. How's that RNG manipulation going, Crisplosion? Bonk. Yeah, if you don't have the season pass, you can't play the beta, but I mean, you could always buy Comrade separately or get the season pass and then eventually play it. I don't know if buying the season pass now would get you access to Comrades, but at least you would have access to Prompto and Gladio as well, and you'd have access to Comrades eventually. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, to be fair, flopping, it's a fucking $10 DLC versus Monster Hunter World. Like, I don't think the expectation was there to begin with, but yeah. Carrot has... Oh, wait, this isn't... I'm thinking of the wrong one. This isn't Carrot. Carrot's the one in... The Carrot's the different one. I thought Carrot was the Feywood one. No. Carrot's a different one, isn't it? Yeah, Carrot's that one. Okay. Monster Hunter is indeed an RPG. Monster Hunter is basically you hunt enemies, you collect their parts to get better armor, to get better weapons, to then hunt more enemies, and then it's an endless cycle. Yeah, I was thinking of the wrong hunt. My bad. Let me go kill Carrot. Carrot's different. Carrot's also still horrible, but it's different. Dauntless, which is going into a streamable alpha later this month, August 18th, and I will be streaming Dauntless. That is going to be a kind of reminiscent of Monster Hunter World, as a good example. But Monster Hunter is like, it's been around for a long, long time. Yeah, Albion I played, I did a sponsored stream for it. I want to get back into it, it's just, I was in the middle of doing things when the sponsored time for it came up. So I want to finish these things. And then with the 15 beta not taking too long, I might be able to get back into Albion a little bit next week. Because Albion's actually a lot of fun. And it's very old school, and I'm kind of old school myself. So I got into MMOs at a young age. For me, it's a lot of people were older when they got into them, or they got into them earlier than me. But I got into MMOs early. I just didn't get into some of the like OG ones like Ultima or things like that. So Carrot was in the Salica Wood. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. It is an old school. It literally runs on old school. So I still stand by what I said about 11 a couple months back. Before Stormblood came out, I was playing 11 again because I was trying to get through all the story quests. I think I like 11 now better than I like it way back when, because I can actually, if I wanted to, I could actually play it fairly, like a fairly reasonable amount now and not feel bad about like when I don't want to play it. I mean, don't get me wrong, you still need to grind the fuck out. But still. Oh, Carrot, you have to not kill anything after entering the Salica Wood. That's right. I remember now. So he won't spawn this time. I already killed stuff. So let me zone out through this way, and then I'll come back. Sometimes, man, you do some sponsored stuff, and sometimes you like it, sometimes you don't. Albion was alright. I definitely prefer it over things like Revelation. Revelation was I think that might be the worst game I've done a sponsored stream for. Was Revelation, because Twin Saga was pretty fucking good. Anyone who was here for Twin Saga remembers that actually was pretty fucking good. Albion was pretty good. Blade and Soul was great. Blade and Soul is probably the best one I've played so far in terms of sponsored stream. Hello, Carrot. No, I haven't done that yet. I still have to do that one. Blade Soul, the only problem I have with Blade Soul is just staying up to date on that game. Is it possible? For me, as somebody who's trying to play, like, another MMO full-time already, it was impossible. I guess he ignores evade because he's literally just landing attack after attack. Hey, nice tequila. Yeah, man, you had more than you've had the requirement. Dude, the requirement's pretty easy to get to, so I had a feeling you'd be all right on that front. Wait, did these fucking hairs just use Oh shit, I got a pocket healer right here. Sweet. Dude, I found my new Larsa. This fucking hair right here is my new Larsa. No, come back. I do need to Chronos tier. Yeah, I've got a new Larsa. He's fucking throwing high potions at me. That's his only purpose, and everyone knows it. Oh, wait a minute. Is that thing casting regen on him? Can he cast it on me? Oh, come on. You can't pick both sides. That's bullshit. Maybe he was... Hey! Wait a minute. Now I'm really confused. You can't pick sides like that. That's bullshit. I mean, you can pick sides, just only pick mine. But, come on. Oh, yeah, you missed. Oh my Jesus, use an X potion. Alright. Nope. He's in bitch mode. Yep, he's in bitch mode. No. No. Don't do that.
How about some of this?
Nah, it's new game minus. As soon as I enter bitch mode at level 1, I have to do this. I can't deal with somebody doing fucking 2,600 damage a hit when that's half my health. Even with, like, I have grand armor on and he still hits me that hard. Like, it's bad, man. You're a bad man. I have to go to the Subterra and get a ribbon, like, ASAP. That's the first time I've actually gotten to do Shatterheart this whole fucking playthrough. It was pretty good, Linkster. I'll be making a few videos on it, because it actually, if it had less server issues, would have enjoyed it more, but it was pretty good for what it was.
I must be strong.
These hunts, when they get to bitch mode, are just atrocious. At that point, that's when the reverse strats need to start. And I have done enough hunts to get reverse. I should go buy it. At this point, like, for hunts, I really only need reverse for the very end at this point, but I need reverse. Dude, quickenings have been a lifesaver for me this playthrough, Rick. Like, I've never used so many quickenings before this playthrough. I've used more quickenings in one sequence of this than I think I did throughout my, like, entire playthrough before. I got to, like, 21 on my normal mode playthrough. I got to, like, 21 or something.
I must believe.
I got a black hole that time, in case there was any question. I got a black hole that time. Most of the time I get like 30-ish thousand damage.
Got a surprise for you.
I'm getting pretty close to a black hole right now. I think I just need 2 more tier 2s after this one right here.
Got you.
Well, there's another pyroclasm. I was aiming for it. I was like, maybe I could roulette it and get a tier 2. Timer goes down slow if you're constantly getting these. There's another Shatter Heart. Well, I'm getting all the tier 3s, so we know he's dead. No, I didn't read it. Yeah, okay. I didn't get it. I should have just taken that tier 1 that I got 2 times ago. That would have been alright. Luminescence. That means I was 1 tier 2 short, not 2. I'll take 44,000 damage. Nice. After all this time, you still didn't have a functional mage team? How unfortunate. Alright, now I have some more new hunts. Although my cat should be coming in here any minute now to beg me for food. I'm waiting for his call. Alright, so now we have to go back to Nalbina, hand this in, and then I can grab the rest of the hunts. Yep. I gotta make a video about those feast rewards also. Yeah, normally he's in here begging by now. Must have really enjoyed breakfast. Aloha. Aloha. He's not gonna come tonight. Yes, it is Axton. Alright, that one's done, so that's 27 hunts total? No, 29, I think. Snort. I like how she gives me stink bombs and putrid liquid. Considering she was so into a Marlboro, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. Alright. Machine gun run. Fucking just running into everything. Alright, so let's go back to Rabanaster. We'll grab the new hunts, all of them. And we'll also grab... I'll check my ether count. With all the high ethers I have, I really shouldn't be buying normal ethers anymore. I have 99 high ethers, so... let's go here first. And reverse. Yeah, I gotta buy reverse too.